guys. I'm just getting my camera together. Give me 1 second. Just getting my camera together. And I'm just setting up a little bit in terms of my camera. This always gives me a little bit of a hard time, but I think I got it. Hi guys. Hi. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me. Grand Rising. Hi. Let me know if you guys can hear me and if you can see me okay. Let me know. Can you guys hear me and see me? Let me know. My camera, the holder thing is a little bit, gives me a little bit of trouble, but let me just set it up correctly so we can get started. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. Happy Wednesday and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I would be more excited if my camera can okay, now you can't see me at all. So let me just, all right, is this good? Is this good, guys? You guys let me know if this is good. Okay, thumbs up. Thank you so much. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. My name is Tanis Isaacs, and I am a certified health and wellness coach. This segment, Wellness Wednesday, is an interactive segment where I will be delving into all things health and wellness. I'll be sharing some best practices as well as some plant-based recipes, and I will also be having experts join me for a chat about health and wellness. You guys are going to be able to explore some areas of health and wellness that you might not be familiar with. And the best thing about it is that you're going to be able to apply this to your life right now. These are all the things I'm going to share with you are things that you guys can apply right now to live more optimally. So I am so excited. Today is a very special show for me because this segment we're going to be talking about meditation. I am so excited because I'm going to be joined by the beautiful Dariana Casado, who is a certified meditation teacher, and she is going to be taking us through the art of meditation, how that can change your life, what that has done for her personally. And we're just going to talk about, how we can start implementing some meditation practices in our lives right now. So I'm so excited. I'm going to have her join me right now. So let me have her join. Let me have Dariana join. So excited to have her. All right. Hello, beautiful.
Hi, Tanis. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. Thank you for being able to be available. I'm just going to, you look so beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. We just move the camera down a little bit. I'm working on
Am I a little cut off? My head a little cut off, or is that just in my camera?
Your head is fine. Your hair, if you want to kind of
get
down a little bit. Beautiful mane, you can do that.
Yeah, as many times as I tried to set up beforehand.
I know. I was up late last night doing my whole little setup, so I definitely know how that is. Whatever will happen, right? We have to leave room for the unexpected. So I'm so excited to have you here. I was just telling them about you a little bit, and I wanted to share with them how we actually met. I actually met Dariana through an acting workshop that I was doing with the acting coach, Wendy McKenzie, and Dariana.
Shout out to Wendy.
Yes, shout out to Wendy. Amazing, talented, beautiful. Dariana was one of the students in the class, and she and I, over the years, we established our own connection, which was totally unexpected, but so necessary and so
which I'm
divine.
Very grateful for.
Yes.
You're such an incredible person. So
Likewise.
You've only blessed and enriched my life with your friendship. So thank you.
Likewise. And some of you may know Dariana because some of you might have seen Dariana on television. Dariana is actually on this season of Project Runway, and I'm so proud of her. She is a bad curve model, and she is killing the game, guys. She is living her dreams in action, and I'm so inspired by her. And so I'm so proud of her. And obviously, she is multifaceted, right? So I'm going to let, I could go on and on about you, but I'm going to let you talk about you, and I'm going to let you tell them who you are.
Okay. All right. Well, peace, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. And thank you again, Tanis, for allowing me the opportunity to use your platform to share the word about meditation, which has enriched my life in so many different ways. So I am an actress, a model, and a certified meditation teacher. I studied at 3 Jewels in New York City for 200 hours, and I'm actually on the cusp of doing a mentorship as well. So just furthering my studies so that I can better serve, because my purpose is to serve. So.
That is awesome. We are so happy to have you, and thank you for being able to be so generous with the gifts that you have. That is awesome. So I want to ask you, before we get into all of your, your meditation practices and your expertise, I want to ask you, why is health and wellness important to you? Because obviously this is a health and wellness platform. So I want to hear from you. Why is that important to you?
So I truly and wholeheartedly believe that without health, we have nothing. You can have all of the material things in this world, but without your health, you can't enjoy it, right? So that's why I think it is super important. It is the basis and the foundation of everything that we do.
I love that. I love that. And I always associate everything with the way that we grew up, right? Because oftentimes we get our behaviors and our practices from watching our parents. Everything is generational. So were there any practices of health and wellness in your home? Like, what did that look like for you growing up?
So we first got our basketball hoop installed when I was about 6 years old. So it started with me playing basketball with my brothers, my 2 older brothers. And I would also watch my father doing his stretches and push-ups and sit-ups all the time. And sometimes I would hold his feet as he would do it. And food was very important in our house. I grew up in this lively Dominican household, and my grandmother, who had rheumatoid arthritis from about the age of 40. By the time I was a teenager, her body had been pretty much disfigured by the disease. So it was always important that home cooked meals were available because someone in our house depended on it so much. But I will also say those are the positive ways it manifested in my house. Some of the ways that I felt like I didn't necessarily want to bring into my house was there was this large dependency on Western medicine and pills. Not that they're not important and not that they don't have their place, but it didn't really resonate with me, this every time you have an ailment grabbing a pill. So that kind of helped me go on my own journey to discover what else is there.
I love what you said in terms of food. I mean, when you come from a Caribbean background, you know how important food is to your culture, right? And you know how about providing home cooked meals is. Because for me, myself, growing up, similar to you in regards to, being able to depend on that food as a source of health and wellness within the household was very important to me as well. But again, when we talk about the not so positive sides of that, was that, to be honest with you, I really never saw my parents taking care of themselves. As we come to know about self-care, everything was more sacrificial, right? You gave everything to your kids. And something that I will always hear, my parents say is oh, well, when you guys are older now, it's my time. And it's now that I'm a mom, it's no, my time is now. I'm not waiting for my son to grow up to start taking care of me. I'm taking care of me now because I want to show him how to take care of himself, because you will start to treat yourself the way that you saw your parents treating themselves. I definitely learned that, because that is something that I didn't see, at all. It was always as soon as, you guys leave the house, that it's our time. We're going to start taking care of ourselves, and we're going to start putting ourselves first. So,
it's very interesting that you say that, because it's very much at the forefront of my mind. As I'm thinking about having children, I'm okay, I have to have these habits in place, because all you hear about is how hard it is when you have children and how you don't have time to yourself. And so I'm establishing some non-negotiables now, so that should my life get a little bit more busy, a little bit more hectic, and if I bring children into my life, then I have, again, that solid foundation that is hopefully unshakable. So.
Absolutely. It's definitely establishing. But I feel like motherhood is such an awakening, because it definitely, you want to take better care of yourself, because you know that that's the key. If you're not good, if mom is not good, nobody's good. you'll definitely learn that right away. And that is something that I'm so grateful for my son to, that was a gift that he gave me, because as soon as I had him, I was like, oh no, I had to take care of me. I was like, if for you to be good, I have to be good. So it'll be it'll almost happen instinctually. Like you will definitely have that reaction, because if you follow a lot of moms on social media, you'll see that they are definitely prioritizing their self-care more as opposed to what we grew up seeing.
Yeah. Well, just even as a woman in general, like even without being a mother, I think that many of us have this tendency to like put ourselves second, third, or fourth. So yeah, I mean, again, I'm sure men experience this too. Not trying to exclude y'all.
Right, exactly.
But speaking from my perspective and speaking from what I hear from my girlfriends, it's not uncommon for us to put ourselves last. So yeah, we're here to say you can put yourself first, and it's okay to be selfish with yourself in that way.
Yeah, when I just have one more thing to say about the mother thing, and then we'll move on. But when people ask me, like, what kind of mother are you? I'm like, I'm not the average mother. Like, I come first. Like, a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of mothers pride themselves because it's what we've been programmed to do as women. Everybody comes first. Absolutely. Besides us. And I always say, no, I come first. I have to come first. I have to, because if I'm not right, I'm going to pass that down to him. He's going to bear the brunt of my, me being unbalanced, me being unhealthy. So absolutely. I got to be right first.
So I know you said this was going to be the last thing you said about motherhood, but back when I was working as a rental agent, I came across this woman who made a living of working with women who had basically lost their identity in their children and would say things like, I'm such and such's mom. And that's how they would introduce themselves. So again, we're not alone if they're people that are actually able to sustain themselves professionally from this, but I digress.
Awesome. Well, listen, so I want to know, like, knowing what you know now, because you know so much about health and wellness now, how does that show up in your life? Like, what are some of your best practices?
So for me, meditation is a non-negotiable. It's funny, the other night we had some friends over and 11 o'clock hit, and I'm like, because I have to meditate every day. And I've been doing this consistently for the past 7.5 weeks. 11 o'clock hit and I'm like, yo, y'all don't gotta leave. You can chill with my husband, but I'm gonna go downstairs and I have to meditate. And I felt kind of bad just because they were like, should we go? And I'm like, no, stay. This is about me. I just need my me time. So I've also realized that I need to get it done in the morning so that nothing else kind of gets in the way of that. So that's one thing. My meditation is a non-negotiable for me. Yin yoga and like a vinyasa flow have been incorporated in my life, and it's been so fruitful. I also am falling in love again with lifting weights. I think before I would approach it with, I gotta lose weight. I gotta tone up. I gotta get ready for a shoot. And now it's like, let me feel this. Let me just take a pause and feel what my body can do. So that shift in perspective for me has been eye-opening. We are plant-based in my household, and it's so helpful that my partner is also on the same track. So it makes it that much easier. Actually, it's also very helpful that he's probably more disciplined than I am. Don't tell him that though, because we are hella competitive in this house, and we don't need no issues. So, but those are some of the ways that it shows up for me.
I love all of that. I think what you said was so key, because we were talking a few days prior to, and you were saying that, it's helpful that you have a partner that's there to push you and that understands the importance of self-care and maybe needing some time to yourself. That is so important, because a lot of times in our personal lives, we have relationships where we might express that we need some time alone, and that might not always be received well. So it's how
get out that relationship.
Right, exactly. So I really love that you said that, because it got me to thinking, like, oh my goodness, like, it is so important to have people around you that are already practicing health and wellness right now in their lives, and that understand when you might need to go off for a little bit and do you and and come back and whatnot. So I thought when you said that, I was like, dang, that's really key. Not only having a partner, but having friends and family who are also on that same journey, and you guys can kind of inspire each other, hold each other accountable, and push each other through.
They say you're the average of the sum of the people you keep closest to you. So that's another wellness thing. Like, as I've gone on this wellness journey, I've realized that I've lost some friends, but it was the friends that were maybe a little bit more not kind to me. So maybe not necessarily friends. And also one other thing I wanted to add is that another way that my wellness takes shape is not just in these practices, but also like making sure I take the time to like do a hair mask, do a face mask, maybe put on the heating pad and just lay down, listening to some good music. All of these things are so important to our wellness all around. So
absolutely. You know what I did recently for my wellness? I mean, this might sound like really tennis, but listen, I had not, and maybe this is TMI, but whatever. So you guys, I had not, because it was wintertime, right? I'm not going out, right? I had not shaved my legs in like months. And I was like, no, you just because you're not going anywhere, just because nobody is seeing them, take care of that. Like, I remember that day, like I was so intentional. Like I got up and I got all like my little accoutrements in the shower, and I took the longest shower because I was just like, shaving my legs. I was exfoliating my skin, like doing all the things that I used to do, but I had gotten so busy and so caught up because I was moving and all those things. And I felt so good. Like I felt like I was back to myself. And for women, it also like I felt like I was tapping back into some of my feminine energy, right? Because I was looking crazy, y'all.
Listen,
I always say 90% of the time I look homeless. So
you never look homeless. You're always fly.
You don't see me.
But actually, that's one of my telltale signs for myself that, I'm going down a slippery slope, is when I stop doing things like that, like shaving my legs, which again, if you want to be hairy and free, child, do you.
That's fine.
But for me, once I noticed like, oh wait, I haven't shaved in a while, maybe I'm not putting on lotion daily, like these little things are telltale signs, because sometimes it doesn't register to us in our minds that we're getting a little sad, we're getting a little depressed, and we're a little down. But these are key ways for me to like notice that I'm heading down in that path. So
that's great. And so again, let's start getting into meditation, because I'm so excited for you to tell them about your journey and what led you to becoming interested in meditation and then furthering that and becoming an instructor.
Okay, so I got curious about meditation a really, really long time ago. And I picked up a book in Barnes and Noble, and I'm going to date myself some by letting you know that this book had a CD accompaniment.
I was making a video the other day and I said DVD. I was like, oh, maybe I should take that out.
So it was a book by Sharon Salzberg. Look her up. She's an amazing meditation teacher and Dharma teacher.
Repeat the name again.
Sharon Salzberg.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. She's also a Dharma teacher, so like Buddhist philosophy. Anyway, I had no idea that that's what she was. I was just like, oh, meditation. I'm curious. Let me pick this up. So I did. And I began practicing that way. Fast forward, I found a mentor who was based in Kemetic philosophy. And with him, I was meditating every single night leading up to the winter solstice. And even on the winter solstice, which fell on like Christmas Eve, I believe, or Christmas Day.
Can you tell some people what the winter solstice is? Because there might be some people out here who do not know what that is at all. So
so the winter solstice is the like. So spiritually speaking, it's thought to be the day when the veil is like the thinnest in the universe, and anything like you plant on that day will blossom. But just in terms of the rotation of the earth and such like that, it is the our transition from winter into spring. So is that right? Are we? Oh, hello?
Hello, hi. Sorry,
Yeah,
just
sorry.
something was going on with my phone.
Let me double check that because I feel like so the winter solstice is the okay, I'm sorry. It is when the Earth's pole reaches its maximum tilt away from the sun. That's what it is.
Oh, wow.
So, okay.
That's big. Again, we were having a conversation earlier in the week, and I was telling you that, you know, I've seen more about meditation in mainstream now than I've ever seen before. The first time that I've ever heard about anyone meditating, anyone of color meditating, I was telling you, I'm going to date myself again. I was watching Run's House, and it was Russell Simmons. Like, he was the only person of color that I knew that practiced meditation regularly, and that was also a vegan. And that was like back in like maybe the early 2000s. That was like the first time I had heard of that. And now, fast forward to where we are now, I'm watching shows like the other day, I was watching Queen Sugar, like the last season, and they introduced a meditation practice in one of the scenes. Okay. I was watching the news most recently, and there's a school in Denver right now, in an elementary school, that they practice meditation. You know, that's something that they do. They don't really focus so much on academics. They focus on holistic wellness for children, especially coming in after COVID. You know, being home and being away and, you know, not having social interaction. They're prioritizing health and wellness within their school. So,
which is beautiful. Which is absolutely beautiful. It's a foundation that is so important, and we often think that children are going to get that in the home, and that's not necessarily the case. There's some basic life skills that should be taught in our school system that just isn't. And meditation definitely should be one of them. Again, the benefits are so grand. It helps you reduce stress. It helps you focus and concentrate even more. The list goes on. And one thing that I should mention, that meditation is a science. Meditation is a science because it can be, you can apply it, I can apply it, anybody can apply it, and we will have the same results. So it is beyond an art or just some holistic practice to make you seem more Zen-like. No, it truly changes you. And again, anybody can do it, have the same results.
That was like one of the things I was going to ask you next. Like, what are the benefits? Because, you know, oftentimes I often have a perception of people that meditate, and I was telling you about this before. Like, it just seems like that person is more in control of their emotions. They're not reactive, right?
And that is definitely a benefit. Some other benefits are so stress reduction, anxiety reduction, focus and concentration, lowers blood pressure, helps with self-control. So proven to have helped people relieve themselves of addictions. But my favorite one is this is neuroplasticity, which is literally your brain's ability to grow and change and make new connections. So all of these other things are possible because meditation literally helps you change your brain.
Oh my God, that is so next level. It's more than I would have also like anticipated how it could benefit me. It's so all encompassing, which is amazing. And I think we need that right now. People are looking for ways to kind of shut out the noise and be able to pay attention to their breath, especially, you know, since we are in a pandemic and so many things have shifted, you know, from your finances to your relationships to, you know, maybe your occupation and where you're living and things like that. So we definitely need to implement practices within our lives that kind of still us and change our mindsets. You know, that's big because mental health is such a, you know, a big thing right now in our society. We're seeing the effects of, you know, negative mental health, right? And so we, you know, this is so important that you're sharing this practice with us now.
And again, I am proof. I've been in the depths of depression and anxiety, and I just feel so good right now.
Great.
And thank you. It just feels so great, and so I know if it's attainable for me. And again, it's not like I'm magically healed of all that troubles me.
Right.
but I'm able to approach it with just a different perspective. And again, I still have my hard moments, but it's just more manageable now.
And when I say you look great, your inside is showing on the outside. That's what I'm saying. Not so much for vanity perspective, but your inside definitely shows on your outside.
Thank
So
you.
listen, if we can, encompass some of that Zen that you have going on, I say let's go for it. So tell us some of the ways that we could start implementing meditation in our lives, like right now. Like, 'cause I want
Okay,
to start
right
meditating
now,
right after this.
super easy. Meditation in large part is about connecting with your breath. So set a timer, maybe once a day, to just go off, and whenever, or even a few times a day, whenever that timer goes off, just go ahead and inhale and exhale. Just follow it all the way through. Maybe take 10 to 20 breaths, count them out, just focusing on that number, focusing on that breath. That's a great way to start. It doesn't have to look pretty. You don't have to get all cross-legged and no, and you could do it at your office desk. You can do it between a commercial break. But just breathe and follow it. Follow your breath out through the inhale, listen to it, and then let it go. And listen to that. And that's one. So I think that's a great way to just get started.
I actually followed along with you while you did that. And can you give us a few tips? Because I know for me, like, I have so many things going on. And anytime I've tried to explore any type of meditation, I'm like, okay, do I smell something burning? If my son is home, I'm like, what is he in there doing? Oh, I'm hungry. What am I going to eat? All these thoughts start to swim in my head. How can we keep focused? How can we focus?
So an easy way to do that, as taught in a shamatha meditation, which is just like a breath focused meditation, is if you start thinking, label it thought, and come back to the breath, and just keep doing that over and over again. Because the most important thing is that this is a practice. It's not going to look perfect day one. I have been doing this for years. It still doesn't look perfect. I start thinking about a million things. But when the thought comes up, oh, there's a thought. And don't beat yourself up about it. Again, because it's a practice and we all have it. Have compassion. So, oh, thought. Okay, cool. Not right now. Back to the breath. And then just do that over and over and over again as many times as you need to.
Well, I can't wait to start. I'm going to I probably won't start today. Let me not lie. I'll probably start in the morning because I got a lot of things to do today. So I'm not going to start today, but I am going to start tomorrow, and I am going to let you know how it worked for me.
Okay.
And I want to share with them that Dariana has also blessed us with some of her meditation tips that I'll be sharing on my page for you guys. And you guys can also follow her. Dariana, tell them where they can follow you to get more information about meditation.
Okay, well, my Instagram user handle is at Dariana Casado. So follow me on Instagram, and also reach out to me if you have any questions or if you want to practice one-on-one. I got you.
I love that. Now I'm going to do something a little fun after this. So I wanted to do some rapid fire questions for you. I got a couple questions that I wanted to. So this is going to be quick, and
Okay.
I know you got this. Because what they didn't know about you is Dariana is a boxer. She's also a trained boxer. So she knows how to bob and weave, and she can get through all these questions. So my first question is, what did you eat for breakfast this morning?
Nothing. I've been fasting and will continue to fast until about 3 p.m.
Wow. Okay. What's the last book you read?
I am currently reading Grain Brain, about the effects of mostly wheat and gluten on our bodies and all of our systems.
Wow, that's big. When's the last time you cried?
Ooh, child, just a few days ago, I was PMSing hard.
Sometimes you need that.
Hell yeah, it's one of the best releases ever. There's no shame in my crying game, honey. I'll cry when I need to.
What are you obsessed with right now? What can you not get enough of right now?
Obsessed with yoga and meditation right now.
Love that.
Yeah.
And what is the song that lives rent free in your brain?
Shoot, anything Erykah Badu.
Oh, all right. All right. I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for being here, Dariana. I hope that you guys were inspired. I know I was. I'm so excited to start applying some of your meditation practices. I will definitely be calling you for a one-on-one because
Okay,
then
let's
that,
do it. Let's do it.
learn how to still this breath and, and I want to start manifesting some more things, right?
Okay,
And I know that meditation also helps with that too. So let's get it started. I'm so
yeah,
excited. Again,
for
Dariana,
sure.
thank you so much for
Thank you
being
for
so
having
generous with
me.
your knowledge and your time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, and everyone
Of
that
course.
joined, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Wellness Wednesdays with me, Tanis. I will be back for another segment next Wednesday. I'm so excited to be with you. I got something special up my sleeve for you guys, and I cannot wait. Dariana, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Are you? Bye.
Bye, guys.